Hey guys, today let's explore the ancient statues in Colombia. There are statues here which are more than 1,000 years old and they have a strange connection with Indian culture. For example, take a look at the mysterious spaceman at San Agustin Archaeological Park in Colombia. This is a remote site in South America, and there are hundreds of statues here, but this one is the eye catcher. Who is he? The very first impression is that he's some kind of an ancient astronaut because it's clear that he's wearing a helmet or a visor. He has two rectangular eyes, a rectangular mouth, and has no nose. Look at the size of his head and the body. It's very disproportionate. His body is too small for that giant head, and he is definitely wearing shoes. But the most important detail is that he is holding a cylinder, a long tool which goes into the earth. Look how it goes even below his feet. This is a very interesting detail, and archaeologists and historians have no explanation for it. The tour guides here also have no idea and claim this is just a flute, a musical instrument. What kind of a flute goes into the ground? How would it even be able to produce music like that? Take a look at this conversation. So what is this all about? What? ¿Qué es esto a todo?
Esto es, la verdad nadie la sabemos, 3.300 años antes de Cristo. 3.300 años antes de Cristo.
Antes de Cristo. ¿Qué es una cilíndrica en las manos?
Flauta.
Música.
Música.
Pero y cilindro en tierra, ¿sí?
Eso es como...
Es posible, no, fruto. Una muy largo fruto, ¿sí?
Como fruto parecido.
Fruto muy grande para fruto. ¿Cuál es el nombre para esta estatua?
Esta estatua es una como forma de una máscara por la forma de un arco iris. ¿Sí le mira?
Pero no, nombres no conozco, no.
Cultura agustinense.
Okay. While there is no explanation for this mysterious spaceman in Colombia, in Hinduism there are two gods which are portrayed remarkably similar to this. The first one is called Swarnakarshana Bhairava. He's the god of gold, and it is said that he could extract gold from earth directly using his tools. But there's another important deity known as Vaisravana. He is the half-brother of the demon king Ravana. Who is this Vaisravana? What does he do? He is the god of wealth, especially gold. He is always shown with a tool that goes into the ground. But remember, India and Colombia are about 10,000 miles apart. So how could a Hindu god be carved in Colombia? This is a very valid question, and we need to take a look at this logically. In India, Vaisravana is portrayed like this. This statue is about 1,600 years old. He is shown with a pot belly, a symbol of wealth. The most important detail is this rod in his hand, which usually goes into the ground. Now, look at the evolution of Vaisravana in Thailand. As Hinduism spread to Thailand in ancient times, Vaisravana was portrayed as a lean, much more aggressive deity. But look at the same detail, that tool going into the ground. You may be pleasantly surprised that he is the emblem of a region called Udon Thani in Thailand. This is the official emblem of that region. Not only did the motif evolve, his name also evolved in Thailand. Vaisravana is known as Vesavana in Thailand. but the story is the same, so we know it is the same deity. Now, Hinduism started to spread even farther, so when it reached China, this is how Vaishravana was sculpted. There are ancient pillars known as Dharani pillars in Yunnan province in China. These are more than 8,000 years old, and you can see the motif is slowly changing here also. But the key detail is that cylindrical tool going into the ground. Here is another statue of Vaishravana in China at Min Temple in the same Yunnan province. Now, when Hinduism reaches even farther in Japan, look at what happens to him. Archaeologists and historians accept that yes, this is Vaishravana with the same Hindu story, and his name already evolved to Vesavana in Thailand, and in Japan, his name further evolves into Bishaman. Again, the key detail is that long cylinder going into the ground, probably to probe for gold. But now, Vaishravana wears a suit like an armor that covers his whole body, a helmet and shoes. So, starting from India and all the way to Japan, we are able to see the evolution of Vaishravana, and it is well documented. If you go to Wikipedia and search for Vaishravana, you can see most of these details. How his name evolved from Vaishravana to Vesavana to Bishaman and then Bishaman 10. Mainstream historians accept this as a fact. Now, experts think that this culture, the Hindu megalithic culture, stopped in Japan. But did it really stop there? Or did it go all the way from Japan to Colombia? This is a perfect case of evolution in iconography. Here in Colombia, he is shown with a full body suit, a helmet, and shoes. And yes, he has that same long cylindrical tool going into the ground. If a culture could migrate all the way from India to Japan, they would have also reached Colombia. The San Agustin Archaeological Park has many different statues in various sizes, and many of them are eerily similar to Hindu carvings. Here is an ape-like figure standing, and his hands are in folded position. In India, sculptures of ape-like deities with folded hands are quite common. Now, the statue in Colombia is not just a regular statue. If you go around it, you realize that there is a face on the other side as well. On one side, he looks young and happy, and on the other side, he looks older and sad. This is what I call cycle of life, and it is shown many times in Hinduism, specifically using monkeys. In Srirangam Temple, for example, it was used to show the cycle of life. See how the younger monkey is shown hanging upside down with a lot of energy, while the older monkey is shown slouching and sad. There are so many similarities like this between statues in ancient Hindu temples and the statues at San Agustin Archaeological Park in Colombia. Going back to Vaishravana, why is the god of gold such an important figure in Colombia as well as many Asian countries? Why has he gained such prominence in many countries? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.